What if I told you that almost every self-made billionaire started with a formula? Not a secret handshake, and not luck, not even genius, a pattern. One that repeats itself across industries, across decades, and across completely different personalities. Elon Musk, Sara, Jeff Bezos, Bernard Arnault, Ray Dalio. Different backgrounds, different businesses, same underlying formula. Most people think billionaires simply work harder. That's only part of the story, because millions of people work hard. Very few become billionaires. The difference isn't effort, it's leverage. Today, we're breaking down the 5 levels of the wealth formula used by nearly every self-made billionaire. And by the end, you'll start seeing wealth very differently. Level 1. They solve expensive problems. The first level sounds simple, but almost nobody follows it. Wealth follows value, not effort. Think about it. A cashier may work 8 exhausting hours. A neurosurgeon may work 8 hours too. Same time. Very different income. Why? Because one solves a far more valuable problem. Now scale that idea. Jeff Bezos didn't just sell books. He solved online shopping, then cloud computing, then logistics. Each solution affected millions of people. Every problem solved created billions in value. Here's the mistake most people make. They chase money. Billionaires chase problems, and not just any problems, and expensive problems, urgent problems, problems that millions experience. Airbnb solved empty homes. Uber solved transportation. Stripe solved online payments. OpenAI simplified access to artificial intelligence. Every billion-dollar company began with one question. What painful problem can we eliminate? Money is simply the receipt. The larger the problem, the larger the reward. This is why the richest industries often revolve around healthcare, finance, technology, energy, and infrastructure, because these industries solve problems worth billions. Lesson 1. Don't ask, how can I make more money? Ask, what valuable problem can I solve? That's where wealth begins, but solving problems alone still isn't enough, because your time has limits. Which brings us to the next level. Level 2. They escape the time for money trap. Everyone has 24 hours, even billionaires. So how do they earn thousands of times more? Simple. They stop selling time and start owning systems. Imagine 2 people. One is a lawyer charging by the hour. The other owns software. The lawyer gets paid only when working. The software earns money while the owner sleeps. Who becomes wealthier? History gives us the answer. Bill Gates. Microsoft created software once, then sold it millions of times. Netflix doesn't watch movies for customers. Its platform does. Spotify doesn't personally deliver music. Its system does. The biggest fortunes aren't built on labor. They're built on assets. Assets work. People rest. Think about Warren Buffett. Most of his fortune wasn't earned through a salary. It came from owning businesses, owning shares, owning productive assets. That's the difference. Employees trade hours. Owners collect outcomes. This is why billionaires obsess over scalability. Can this business serve 10 customers, 100, 1 million, 1 billion? If the answer is yes, the opportunity becomes extraordinary. That's why digital businesses exploded over the last 2 decades. One app can reach the entire world. One video can generate income for years. One invention can transform an industry. The goal isn't to work forever. The goal is to build something that works forever. But systems alone still won't make someone a billionaire, because there's another ingredient hiding underneath. Level 3. They use leverage like a superpower. Leverage. This single word separates the wealthy from everyone else. Naval Ravikant once described leverage as the force multiplier of modern wealth. Instead of lifting with your own strength, you multiply your strength. There are 4 major forms of leverage: labor, capital, technology, media. Andrew Carnegie built steel factories. Thousands of workers multiplied his output. Warren Buffett uses capital. Money buys more money. Elon Musk uses technology. One software update can improve millions of Tesla cars overnight. Content creators use media. One video reaches millions. No extra effort required. This wasn't possible 200 years ago. Today, one person can build a business from a laptop, serve customers worldwide, and scale faster than entire corporations once could. That's why the internet changed wealth forever. Instagram gave influence leverage. YouTube gave education leverage. Artificial intelligence gives productivity leverage. Cloud computing gives business leverage. Every technological revolution creates new billionaires, not because technology creates wealth, because it creates leverage. The wealthiest people ask one question repeatedly: how can I multiply my effort? Instead of doing more, they multiply what already works. One decision, millions affected. One product, millions sold. One investment, years of returns. But even leverage has limits. Without one final ingredient, everything eventually collapses. Level 4. They think in decades, not days. The world rewards patience, far more than it rewards speed. Yet almost everyone wants success immediately. That's why most people lose. Look at Amazon. For years, Wall Street criticized Jeff Bezos. The company barely showed profits. Investors doubted him. The media laughed, but Bezos ignored short-term applause. He focused on domination. Today, Amazon is worth hundreds of billions. Patience won. The same happened with Warren Buffett. His greatest weapon wasn't stock picking. It was time. Compounding transformed millions into billions. Every year, returns generated even larger returns, like a snowball rolling downhill. Charlie Munger once joked that the first rule of compounding is never interrupted unnecessarily. The richest people understand delayed gratification. They sacrifice today's comfort for tomorrow's freedom. Most people buy liabilities. The wealthy buy assets. Most people consume. The wealthy accumulate. Most people react emotionally. The wealthy think probabilistically. This mindset changes everything. Markets crash, they buy. Everyone panics. They stay calm. Opportunities appear. They move quickly because they planned years ahead. The billionaire formula isn't built on excitement. It's built on discipline, daily decisions, repeated consistently, over decades. But there is one final level, the level almost nobody talks about. And ironically, it may be the most important of all. Level 5. They build networks, not just wealth. Money attracts attention. Relationships create opportunity. Behind almost every billionaire is an extraordinary network. Steve Jobs had Steve Wozniak, Bill Gates had Paul Allen, Larry Page had Sergey Brin. Even the greatest entrepreneurs rarely succeed alone, because opportunities travel through people. Investors introduce founders. Founders introduce customers. Customers introduce partners. Partners introduce entirely new industries. This creates what economists call network effects. Every new connection increases future possibilities. But here's something even more interesting. The wealthiest people don't network to collect business cards. They build trust. Trust creates partnerships. Partnerships create companies. Companies create wealth. Look at PayPal. Its founders and early employees became known as the PayPal Mafia. After selling the company, many went on to build or fund businesses like Tesla, LinkedIn, YouTube, Palantir, and Yelp. One successful network created multiple billion-dollar companies. That's the hidden multiplier. Your environment shapes your ambitions. Spend enough time around builders. You start building. Spend enough time around investors. You start investing. Spend enough time around innovators. Your thinking expands. Billionaires don't simply collect money, they collect exceptional people. Because ideas spread through conversations. Opportunities spread through relationships. And wealth often follows both. Conclusion. So, what's the real billionaire formula? It isn't one magical trick. It's a sequence. Solve valuable problems. Escape trading time for money. Use leverage. Think in decades. Build powerful networks. Notice something? None of these require winning the lottery. None require being born into wealth. None guarantee you'll become a billionaire. But together, they dramatically increase your ability to create lasting wealth. The biggest shift isn't in your bank account. It's in your mindset. Because once you understand how wealth is actually created, you stop chasing income and start building value. The people who shape the future aren't asking, how do I earn more this month? They're asking, What can I build that still creates value 10 years from now? That's the question that changes everything. And perhaps it's the same question that will shape your future. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the hidden mechanics of wealth, business, and finance, subscribe to Money Atlas for more documentaries that reveal how money really works. Because the biggest opportunities usually hide in plain sight.